Okay, I got this mounted here. Now what I'm going to do, this side is the passenger side. This is a pretty good prototype. It could stand with a little touch up. For example, I could do a little spot weld in here, and I might want to change these bolts, but I think I'm in pretty much heading in the right direction with it. But I think what I'm going to do now, and also I could stand to go to the store and get some better bolts than what I'm using here, but just using what I got. But what I may do is take this seat off, go down and get the other seat. Because if I use the driver's side seat and get this all hooked up, I can sit it in the car, locate the spot where I want to bolt it down, and then try it out before I go to work on the next seat, just to make sure that everything is going to function the way I want it to. So I think I'm going to clear my table off. What I might do is clear my table off first. Well, what I might do is unbolt this first, and then move that out of the way and bring the other table. I could just do that from here, I think. And what I might do is just go ahead and weld these two spots back here. I can put a little weld right here. And maybe under here. And then I could take a grinder and grind these edges off. I'm talking about. I could do a weld here and here, flip it over, do 2 welds on the other side, and then take my grinder and grind all these sharp edges. That way nobody will reach up under the seat and cut their hand. And I could do this right over here. First I have to lay it on the ground. Do it. I'm gonna do a little grinding on it first. Sit right here. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should put it over here on the vise. There. So what I'm going to do is try to put this on the bottom of that over there. I might want to paint this too. And if I do, I probably ought to paint it and let it dry. So before I put that on there, bring it back over here. I believe I've got a can of black paint. In fact, I think Bill might have left me a can. I can get his header. So I think I'm going to set this over here in the sunlight and let that cook and dry. And while I'm doing that, I'll gather up my nuts and bolts and screws. I don't have the exact nuts and bolts and screws that I want, but I might have enough of what I want to put together one side of this. I know I had 2 long bolts that came out of the bottom of that seat. I see these 3 short ones here. I don't see those 2 long ones that I had. Oh, here's one. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. I got this one. I should have one more long one like that, maybe also on the floor. I'll look for it while that dries. I'll cut y'all off while that's happening. Love y'all, whether you like it or not. All right, while I was waiting for that to dry, I went down and found a little bit bigger and better bolts to go into it here. So I'm gonna find me some nuts to fit them. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands and then clean them up, and then we'll take this down to the car. We'll set it over in there and we'll see what we think about it. I might want to knock the edges off these bolts too. So I went and got me a battery, washed my hands, and I got some Vaseline. I'm going to put some Vaseline on these tracks here. It's better to oil everything up good now than it will be try to do it later when I can't reach up under there. And you want that to work pretty smoothly. The Vaseline is good for that because it's not a dirty grease, like some grease is dirty. You don't want to get grease on the seat here. Set it over in there and then see what we think about it.